This is a download from BBC Learning English. To find out more, visit our website.
6 Minute English
From bbclearningenglish.com.
Hello and welcome to 6 Minute English. I'm Neil.
And I'm Finn. Hello.
Hello there, Finn. Now, what do you know about robots?
Robots. Well, they talk in a funny way like that.
Yes, you sound quite convincing there, actually, Finn.
You like it?
Yes, I do. Is there anything else you know about robots?
Well, there are a couple of good ones in Star Wars, aren't there?
Oh, yes. R2-D2 and C-3PO. C-3PO talks in quite a human voice.
He does. But, of course, that's science fiction, not real life.
No, but things have moved on in real life. The use of machines to do work that people do, or used to do, is called automation. And that's the subject of today's show.
But before we talk more about this, I'd like you, Neil, to answer today's quiz question. What makes a job more likely to be done by robots? Is it if a job involves A, manipulating small objects, B, working in open spaces, or C, social and emotional skills?
OK, I got a guess at manipulating small objects, I think.
Interesting. OK, we'll find out if you're right or wrong later on. Now, 2 UK academics have calculated how susceptible to, that means likely to be affected by, how susceptible to automation each job is based on some key skills. And these include negotiation, persuasion, caring for others, originality and manual dexterity. Now that means being good with your hands.
So do you think intelligent machines could replace us?
Well, maybe you, Neil. Not me, no. I have all the key skills. You know, I'm original, persuasive, of course very caring and very good with my hands as well.
Well, I'm very glad that you're safe, Finn.
Thank you.
Well, however, a study from Oxford University has suggested that 35% of existing UK jobs are being automated in the next 20 years. Let's listen to Michael Osborne from Oxford University talking about this.
Computers are increasingly able to learn in a way that hitherto has been the reserve of human beings. So in their ability to learn, computers are able to perform a much wider range of tasks than they've been able to do in the past. So as a result, it's not just manual labour that's coming under threat of automation, it's increasingly cognitive labour, the labour of the mind.
Michael Osborne. And cognitive labour means using your noggin. That's using your head. So computers and machines are also using their noggins and getting smarter. And office workers who do repetitive jobs such as drawing up spreadsheets could be replaced with software. But surely jobs like being a doctor or a lawyer are safe, Neil?
Well, some white-collar jobs may be less safe than you think. At one city law firm, junior staff have to read through contracts, assessing them for risks. But now, an artificial intelligence program can do that faster and better.
So white-collar refers to a job that you do at an office rather than a factory. And artificial intelligence refers to a computer's ability to copy intelligent human behaviour. Now, let's listen to Matthew Wally from a city law firm to find out what he thinks.
What you're seeing the robot do now, the robot can do in 3 seconds what it would take a group of lawyers days to do. The advantage is that it can do huge volumes, incredibly reliably, in unbelievable times. There's a huge amount of this work to do. Lawyers have far better, higher value legal analysis to worry about.
Well, he thinks that there is work for the lawyers and the computers. In fact, it sounds like a good division of labour. The computers do the boring stuff, and the lawyers do the more interesting work.
Yes. Well, let's keep our fingers crossed that we've got good prospects too. You know, I don't want our listeners to start listening to robot presenters anytime soon.
Indeed, we need We talk about keeping our fingers crossed when we hope that things are going to turn out in the way we want them to in the future.
That's right. So, shall we hear the answer to today's quiz question? Neil, I asked you, what makes a job more likely to be done by robots? Is it if the job involves A, manipulating small objects, B, working in open spaces, or C, social and emotional skills?
Well, I said A, manipulating small objects, and I'm keeping my fingers crossed that I've got the right answer.
Okay, you're keeping them crossed?
Yes, I am.
And you got the answer right. Hey, well done.
Brilliant. I'm glad my cognitive skills are still functioning.
Great.
Now, how about hearing those words again?
Okay, the words we heard today were automation, susceptible to, manual dexterity, cognitive labour, noggin, white collar, artificial intelligence, and keeping your fingers crossed.
Well, that brings us to the end of this 6 Minute English. We hope you enjoyed the programme. Please join us again soon. Goodbye.
Bye.
6 Minute English.
From the BBC.
This is a download from BBC Learning English. To find out more, visit our website.
6 Minute English.
From bbclearningenglish.com.
Hello and welcome to 6 Minute English. I'm Alice.
And I'm Neil.
Neil, what are you doing?
I saw Squirtle, and I'm trying to catch it.
What are you talking about?
Pokemon Go, Alice. I'm trying to catch a Pokemon.
What?
Alice, keep up. Pokemon Go is a game where these little virtual monsters pop up onto your phone and you have to catch them. There it is again. Ah, gotcha. I got Squirtle.
Well done, Neil. Now, the subject of today's show is crazes.
And Pokemon Go is a good example. When it was first released, so many people were downloading the app that servers were crashing all over the place.
Perhaps I should explain at this point that a craze or a fad is a sudden and widespread enthusiasm for something, which only lasts a short time. So, why do you think this craze for Pokemon Go took off, Neil?
It uses augmented reality, and that's exciting new technology. It's fun to play outside, and the game was released over the summer when people want to be outside. And people are already familiar with the monsters since they were created back in 1995.
Augmented reality, by the way, is where digital information is layered on top of what you see through a smartphone or other device, augmenting or adding to it.
I love this game, but then again, I loved other games in the past. I still have some toys and gadgets from my childhood at home. If there was a fad, I would join in, I'm afraid.
Well, let me test your knowledge about toys that turned into fads. Tell me, what is the best-selling toy of all time? Is it A, the Space Hopper, B, the Rubik's Cube, also known as Magic Cube, or C, the Cabbage Patch Doll?
I'll say B, the Rubik's Cube. I have one, and so does my cousin, my neighbour, my brother, my
Well,
dog.
we'll find out if you got the answer right or not later on in the show. But why do we like to participate in crazes? Dr. Ben Michaelis, a clinical psychologist from Columbia University in the US, explains.
When a person or a group perceives an idea or a process or a product as being beneficial to one person or to a group of people, they immediately want to experience that benefit for themselves, which hooks into an ancient evolutionary fear of being left behind or abandoned by our tribes, and so more people join in.
So, Ben Michaelis believes that people join crazes because they're afraid of being abandoned by others in their group. But I don't think that's true for me. I just enjoy playing games.
Yes, but why have you switched from Angry Birds to Minecraft to Pokemon Go in the space of a year? And before that, there was Candy Crush and...
Well, I get bored after a while.
So it isn't because other people stop playing it, and they stop talking about it, and it stops being a group thing?
Maybe. There is an element of that. Anyway, I like the idea that we join a craze because it's beneficial or good for us.
I'm not convinced that playing Pokemon Go is beneficial. Did you know, Neil, that in terms of personality type, people who are more emotionally insecure are far more likely to follow a craze? You know, sort of herd mentality.
Herd mentality describes how people are influenced by their peers to adopt certain behaviours. But it's fun to be connected with others through a craze. Aren't you troubled by FOMO?
FOMO, F-O-M-O, or fear of missing out? Oh no, I have a strong sense of self. But, well, I must admit I like loom bands. Do you remember those little rubber bands you could make jewellery and other stuff out of?
Yes, I remember. David Beckham wore a loom band bracelet.
So did the Duchess of Cambridge. They were very popular a couple of years ago and came from a simple idea. Cheong Chun Ng, an immigrant from Malaysia living in the United States, invented the rainbow loom after watching his daughters play. Let's hear his story.
The idea of loom band came from my daughters. So one day they came home from school. Two of them were teaching each other how to make rubber band bracelets from those small, tiny ponytail size of rubber bands. I tried to impress them by making a thicker bracelet that was made from a prototype loom that I fabricated. And it was a success, and they were telling me, "Dad, those bracelets are so cool, can you make more?"
Cheong Chun Ng made a prototype, a first model of a machine from which all others would develop. He posted a video of his daughters making the bracelets, and these went viral on the internet.
Interesting. Now, I think it's time for the answer to today's quiz question.
Yes, I asked, what is the best-selling toy of all time? Is it A, the Space Hopper, B, the Rubik's Cube, also known as Magic Cube, or C, the Cabbage Patch Doll?
It has to be the Rubik's Cube.
And indeed it is. In the 35 years since the puzzle was available to buy outside of Hungary, where its inventor came from, approximately 350 million Rubik's Cubes have been sold, making it the world's best-selling toy. And they're clever little toys, I must say. There's some maths in them. Now, let's hear the words we learned today.
They were craze, fad, augmented reality, beneficial, herd mentality, FOMO, prototype. And that's the end of today's 6-Minute English. Don't forget to join us again soon.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
6 Minute English
from the BBC.